Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to be doing a review on the Gevi EzBru 1000C. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is that there are two versions to this machine. You have the 1000C, which is this one, and then you have the 1000. And so the main difference between both is going to be the pressure gauge. Now, this one here with the pressure gauge will be a little more pricey, but 100% I think you should invest a little bit more and get this one, the one with the pressure gauge, because without it, it would be very, very hard to perfect your cup of coffee. There's been so many things that I've been able to adjust in my coffee making process, and it's all because of this pressure gauge. Now, when it comes to tools, it really didn't come with much tools. It did come with this tamper, which definitely works. And what's great about this one is that it's designed specifically for this machine, or more specifically for the portafilter. And what's great is that if you line up the portafilter with the top line of this tamper while you're compressing the coffee, it's essentially a perfect compression. So there's really no guesswork. And then they also included this stainless steel cup, which is going to be used for your frothing. Now, I've already made a good amount of coffees through this machine. I want to say I've made about 80 to 100 cups of coffee, and I have absolutely no issues with it. As a matter of fact, it's been excelling in every single shape, way, and form. Now, after you get used to the process of espresso making, I have noticed that there was times that I did want to extract my coffee at the same time as I did the frothing, but unfortunately, that's something you can't do. So you do have to wait, you do have to do this individually, and then you do the frothing, or vice versa. But I mean, for the price, you really can expect a feature that's used in some of the more expensive, high-end commercial grade machines. Now, talking about commercial grade machines, this machine does have 20 bars of pressure, which will rival some of the more expensive espresso machines out. So I've been super impressed with the extraction process. And the only times I've really had an issue, it was on user error, and I just had to adjust the grain size of the coffee, and that was pretty much it. Now, like I said, it's still pretty affordable considering the super expensive espresso machines out there, but you're still getting an Italian pump. So you still have high quality accessories in the machine without really having to break the bank. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about was the heat tray on top. I initially thought that there was a button to heat up the tray, but it turns out that this tray, it only heats up once you turn on the machine and you actually run it. So essentially the way it heats up is while the motor is getting hot and running, obviously the heat rises and then it lightly heats up the tray. So there's not a button to turn on and off. It's essentially as you use the machine, it'll heat up automatically with the motor running. And honestly, it's been pretty useful. Anytime I place anything that's wet, it gets pretty dry very quick. So I definitely like the feature. And I mean, overall, I definitely recommend it. It's been super easy to use. It's been super fun. And I mean, after a handful of cups of coffee, you'll really be able to adjust it and perfect it to your own needs and wants. Overall, I highly recommend this machine.